Hi everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this video will be devoted to the viewers' questions that were left over from my Tuesday's live stream with Lisa. So there's always several that her and I just can't get to, but oh yeah, by the way, everyone, please subscribe to Lisa. Her channel is Spirit Intuitive Tarot. And her website address, she does personal readings too. I think it's spiritintuitivetarot.com. Yeah, long words, but put them all together, .com. So anyway, let me drop the camera down and we'll get going with these questions. Okay, so for the first question, I'm using the Golden Dreams Lenormand or Lenormand or Lenny's, whatever you want to call it. And the question's from Ms. Cat M. Hi, Cat. She wants to know, why are we still being bombarded with midterm doom and gloom for the Democrats? Why are we still being bombarded with midterm doom and gloom for the Democrats? What is going on? What is the truth about what's really behind it, what's really going on? And then I'll look at the future too, but I think I'll reshuffle for that. Of course I'll reshuffle for that because it's a separate question. Okay, but first, what's really going on? Why are we being bombarded with midterm doom and gloom for the Democrats? Okay. So I'll do 10 cards. Okay, I'll leave these over here in case I need some more. Yeah, it's because time's a-wasting. Okay, so time's a-wasting. There's a lot of something that has to, there's a big flow that has to get through a narrow opening. So that we can get to safety, so that we can be stable and safe and secure, and with money, power, protection for our homeland. Yeah, I like this blue and the light up there though. Now this is needing to be more enterprising. Let's see. Oh, about the vote. And this could be well, let me look at the cards laid out here. Yeah, okay. So, part of this doom and gloom is coming from Russia, China, other communist countries. They're trying to bring the flow of information into our vote. This is my voting card. And there's a little bit, well, it's a narrow opening. It's a narrow place to go in our psyche, where we're peaceful and mature and calm, and we have wisdom. And together we're united. We're in alliance. You know, we're aligned with our power. But they're trying to. I just heard like light a match under our butts. Light a match to get us over that threshold and make sure we get out there and vote. Because time's a-wasting, we need a lot of the votes for the Democrats. And that's the reason. That's the reason that the doom and gloom is out there. They're trying to make sure we get out and vote. The vote so that we have the safety and stability in the future. And the power. And the protection. Let's look at the future. Let's look at the future of the Democratic Party. Okay, bear with me while I have to make a little noise with this. Close your ears if this bothers you. It's not a very loud deck, but okay. One more time. Okay. Let's look at the future. So I'll do 10 cards for the future of the Democratic Party. And let's go, well, I don't know. I think they're trying to, they're trying to say that if we don't do really well with the midterms, that we won't have our hold in the House and the Senate. The problem is Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, who are poser Democrats. They're actually bought and paid for by Republicans, by Republican money and anywhere else they could get money. They're just a couple of hoe bags. But the future of the Democratic Party. I wish their terms came up sooner, but they don't. Okay, but the future of the Democratic Party. Okay. I like all that blue on that card. But, you know, I always have to ask for the truth and stay unbiased when I'm drawing the cards, which is what I did. I have to let go of my wants. Okay, so we have the fish, the balloon. That's the best card in this whole deck. The ring, the heart. There's a lot of blue here. Okay, but that's changed, so let's see. Crossroads, owls, island, garden, and stars. This looks really good, you guys. Really, really good. So what we have here with the fish is a lot. It's a lot of flow that gets us up and over the top. This is the balloon is about dreams coming true. You know, it's like the Six of Wands with the victory, you know, card and being recognized and united. The ring is all about being united. And this is over a big, like, turning point choice. All right, the top line has more control over the bottom line, at least the way I read. But so there's a crossroads that's been a wise choice made in wisdom, and there's a lot of success. And then with the fish knighting to the island card is about long-term planning. So this is further off into 2024. This is not just the midterms. But we have to stay really grounded. We have to stay in our strength and focus, and we have to know where we're weak. You know, that work needs to be done, right? Like, we can't, most of all, we can't think that like no man is an island, and we can't isolate ourselves from the support that we need. We have to stay in our hearts. We have to be willing to work hard and change. But look at all the blue, you know. And this is change. Storks is all about change and improvement over this feeling isolated and cut off. The garden card is literally our interactions, you know, from the heart. The stars is all about intention but success. You know, like this together is like a huge social media presence and online success, and the change that comes because of the fact that we're united. The problem is there, you know, we have these people who are being deluded by social media, by like, you know, OAN, like One American News Network or whatever, and Newsmax, and they're getting lies. They're being lied to. They're being given, you know, like the Russian agenda. And that's probably why we had that ship card down here. Or it's Russia propaganda, actually, that's coming through. And that's, you know, that's Russia's agenda. So, but anyway, things are good with this knighting here. It's going to be the social media presence with all the Democrats fighting, and we can give our hats off, kudos to, you know, like what is the, oh my goodness, the Lincoln Project, those two guys, and all those people that support the Lincoln Project for getting, I think with the stars and the garden park card, those two cards have to do with, is it right here? That it has to do with really strong amount of information that comes out right at the, you know, 11th hour, but then again, it's just that presence that's out there for the public to be aware. That's the main deal. Okay, so the next question is, Kathleen wants to know if Trump, and I'm going to use this Russian deck. It is, it's this deck right here, Visions of Life Tarot. And I don't need to put the card, I don't need to allow for reversals because it's just such a weird deck. There's no need to read that way with it. So anyway, Kathleen wants to know, does T-Rump, sometimes I wonder if I should take those cards, does T-Rump have a lot of his assets tied up with the oligarchs? Like Putin? But of course, the way it works with Putin is he would tell his oligarchs what he wanted. But I don't know, you know, and then they bring money into him. But I don't know if it works the same way with Trump. So let's just ask: does Trump have assets tied up with the oligarchs? Well, okay, I'll tell you what I heard after I draw the cards. All right. Okay. And pardon how I had to write on these cards what they were. Some of them are so weird. It's like, you know, the Nine of Swords. Does that look like the Nine of Swords to you? Ooh. So we have the Nine of Swords, the Five of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and that was the card that started to flip over when I was shuffling at first. And then the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that's interesting. And then we have the Ace of Wands, ambition, responsibility, financial stability, and waiting. So, but when I was shuffling, I heard, hell yeah, he definitely does. My guides have a potty mouth like I do. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's true. Oh, I'm just playing. Okay, so anyway. Wow, so justice. Okay, so does he have does he have his assets tied up with oligarchs? I think so. Yeah, and he regrets it now. The Nine of Swords is all about regret and sorrow and even depression over it. And how do I get a hold of them? Oh, God. And traditionally, you know, one of the traditional meanings of the Nine of Swords is failure. So I think he's lost a lot of money. And he's definitely full of sorrow and regret over this, what seems like an injustice. But they're trying to take care of themselves. They're trying to be responsible for their own assets, and they've been, you know, things have changed immensely, and it's going to get even worse for them. And they're thinking about their own family. They are definitely just focused on their own families, I should say. And I don't know that they're actually working for him like they used to, or if they're all working together. I honestly feel like this has broken apart a lot of the, an alliance that they may have had in the past with each other. I think it's all now like every man for himself. Wow. What do you guys get with these cards? I mean, let me know. Put it in the comments, because the images are quite rich, aren't they? But, you know, traditionally the Five of Cups is all about disappointment and regret and loss. And they can't, you know, if we just go with the image, they can't say a darn thing. They're tongue-tied. And this, again, the sorrow knighting down here, the responsibility, and then up to the motherhood card. And yeah, they have their priorities straight, and it doesn't have anything to do with him. He may have been the Putin-installed illegitimate president, but he's got hell to pay. And he's just waiting. He's tied, and there's nothing he can do. This is the Hanged Man. There's not a dang thing he can do. And this card, the Knight of Pentacles, plods along at a really slow pace. I don't know why they did this image for that card, but whatever. Let's just go with the images, because, you know, you have to go with the deck you're using. Does she want to even receive this guy? Well, this is Trump, and I think not. And they're on deadlines. They're freaking out. Look at those eyeballs. And they have their own ambitions, but look at how it's just like everything's online. The work has to be done. Well, yeah, they're probably trying to move things around best they can online, like wire transfers, things like that. Lots of work, lots of scrambling with the wire transfers and keeping money moving around to keep it flowing, because, you know, of course, the whole thing is all about money laundering. So funny that this card is called Optimism, and I don't see any optimism here, except for this jackass. And that's Trump. This is Trump. This is Trump and his fiery personality. But this is what's hanging over him. Sorrow, regret, failure, loss, sleepless nights. Yeah. And it's, for as far as financial stability for him, he doesn't have it. He's not getting it. So I'd say, yeah, there he is. Some of his assets, or enough of his assets, are still tied up. But justice is coming, for all those guys, and they're not putting out. They're not giving it up. Okay. All right. And so next question is, I forgot to write down who. It might have been Judith. I'm so sorry. I forgot to write it down. She wants to know if the rumor and I'm going to use this mood tarot deck. Is the rumor true that Don Jr. is no longer engaged to the Gargoyle? And that would be, who? What's her face? Kimberly Guilfoyle. The Gargoyle. Remember her? God. Her speech at the Republican National Convention. I'll never forget that. Okay, these cards have words, and it's like my potty mouth deck. So if it offends you, we'll just go with the images, and I won't say the words out loud. But if you want to, if you want, you can screenshot it and then scroll in and read the words. But let's look at their relationship. What's the truth of their relationship? What is the truth of their relationship? Okay. So the forces in motion. I can say this. This is so boring, I should go be a pirate. So they're juggling things around. Interesting. Maybe negotiating. Okay, what's the greatest challenge in their relationship? Yeah, the Magician. Who's on top? Who's lying? But the challenge turns it into lies. Because when this guy's reversed, when the Magician's reversed, oh my goodness, this is like unfocused, but we're talking a couple of cokeheads, so I doubt they're very focused for too long on any one thing. I doubt you can really get anything done with those guys. It's also the liar, cheater, major manipulation here. That's the deal. Okay, so let's get some more cards up here. So let's see what's really going on. And I'll go past, present, future. Okay, so she's in charge of something. So there's the past. Ooh, there's the present. Oh boy. And let's look at the future over here. And here. Okay. Well, I don't see a big, well, then again, there are issues, right? So past is been there, done that, trust me or become a kebab. Okay, but anyway, it's Queen of Swords. This is an independent woman who thinks for herself. And then this with the Nine of Cups is usually, like wishes fulfilled. But in the past, were they? Presently, with the dumbass card, with the, and this one's the Queen Bishop, mind bullets. Probably she doesn't stop talking. I didn't allow for reversal, so that way you can read. But, yeah, you can imagine her. Of course, he's the same way. But anyway, she's trying to get, in the past, she's been the clear, decisive, trying to get what she wants. But it's been a big mistake. It's been too risky. The dog says, let's play Splat. You go first. It's like, who's following who? Oh my goodness. Okay. And then here's what's really going on. They're both wanting to, maybe she has daddy issues. We know he definitely has daddy issues. And this card's like, respect my authority. South Park, right? Yeah. Okay. And then in the future, is this an opportunity? The noob of devil cats. So anyway, she might be trying to find an opportunity to get out of it. Because this is a very defended card. This is like fighting. In a relationship, this is not a good card to have at all. Let's see what was on the bottom of the deck. Well, 10 of Cups is pretty happy family. And the Sun card is a really good card for a relationship. But I think they might be engaged in a lot of negative pleasure around fighting and lying. And they don't know any better than that. Like they're just not good. And this one's like, you know, Mom, Mom, Mom. She might, maybe the fighting, maybe the problem is because he has 5 kids. And I don't think they're very well adjusted. Every time I've seen pictures of them, they look like they've been through hell and back. They look very traumatized. My heart goes out to them. But they do have, you know, his first wife she's wealthy on her own right, and I don't know how well she takes care of them because they don't look that happy. But these two, I'm thinking they might have problems around the kids, or she might, Kimberly might. I'm a little curious. Let's see what else. Yeah. I wonder if I can eat this, it says. She's focused on the money. That's interesting. Yeah, she's totally focused on the money. And she likes to party. She likes to party. So, anyway, that's all I've got for them. I can't say that I see them breaking up. You know, it might really just be a rumor. But, you know, we can see how the relationship is by those cards. Okay. The next question is that Claudia wants to know about the Ukrainian wounded soldiers who were removed from Mariupol's Azovstal steelworks to a Russian-controlled zone. She wants to know if will Russia keep its word and do a prisoner exchange? Because for sure a lot of Ukrainian soldiers have taken the Russian ones, and that's what they've been doing in the past, is trying to do a prisoner exchange. But let's see, will Russia keep its word and do a prisoner exchange? Well, if they do, they'll take their sweet time with it. Both of these are no, manipulation, stealing, theft, toxic. But they'll act like they're fine and everything's fine, but then when change comes, something stops or slows down to nothing. Russia's gonna, yeah, I think Russia's gonna keep them there. Unless there really is something to... There might be a surprise. Oh, this could be a health issue. Yeah, they have to keep them alive if they want to change them, and then there's a betrayal, a surprising betrayal at the end. I see health issues with the Ukrainian soldiers that they have taken. Oh my goodness, of course, because you know how long they were locked down in that steel mill for the longest time, and they fought, the soldiers fought. They fought really hard to get the women and children out. And then, of course, they took the soldiers at the end. That was one reading I did a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. Maybe a few weeks ago on one of my Saturday readings. And I got that it was not going to go well for that steel mill, for Mariupol. But I was hoping I was wrong. Every time I hear it on the news, it's like, I wanted to be wrong with that one. Okay, so the next one, let's go ahead and I'll use this deck. Let me get the Russian juju out of there. Clear that out. I need a little bell like Lori has with the Way of Positive Change. There, that just pushed it out right there. Okay. Will GOP, Debra wants to know, will GOP Senator Jerry Moran, he's the incumbent, is he going to win the Kansas primary, which is August 2nd? So how will Jerry Moran do? In the Kansas primary in August. Jerry Moran. Okay. How's he gonna do? That's a narrow margin of votes right here. Something that takes longer. With the hourglass, see, this is weird because here, this is a card of opportunities. Oh, there could be some secrets that come out that it's a risk for the vote for him. But with this hourglass, these are missed opportunities. Missed opportunities, and, something that he's waiting for just might not happen. Because there's a narrow margin with the votes. Let me do another line here. Do another line. Sound like Don Jr. Focus. Jerry Moran. Ah, dang it. Well, that's a small success. Oh, shoot. Okay, so when it comes to the GOP, this is really interesting. So, hold on. Let's do some knighting here with these cards. I mean, this at the end, as the last card, I would say he's going to make it. He's going to win. He's going to be very successful, especially both of these cards. Could be he's going to win in a big way. But leading up to it, there's a bunch of dirt that comes out, a bunch of secretive dirt that comes out, that's released, and it might kind of slow things down. But then there's a decision that's made, something gets cleared out, and there's a decision that's made that's actually new, and then he's successful. Like some new votes come in later. Maybe, I don't know if Kansas is a state that does, mail-in ballots at all, but it could be something like that that comes in later. But these are pretty good cards. I don't know who he's running against. I have no idea. Vote blue. Vote blue. But then again, when it comes to Senate, we have both parties. It's not like we can knock out the Republican. We need two parties. We just need clean people in there. Okay. And the next one is from Kenja. She wants to know if Pennsylvania will stay blue. Well, let's just use the regular tarot here. It's the Radiant Rider-Waite. And I think I'll go ahead and do a Celtic cross on Pennsylvania. It's been blue. It's feeling like a swing state. It probably is. And so I'll get the whole situation, all of that, and then the last four over here, this is going to be the future of Pennsylvania. So will it stay blue? And this, I'm going to throw it all the way out to 2024, midterms and beyond, midterms and 2024. So Pennsylvania. Where the Declaration of Independence was signed. Okay. All right, let me draw 10 cards, and then I'll get them laid out for you. Oh, my stomach is growling. Sorry. It's way past my lunchtime. Didn't have that. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And if need be, I'll take these two off the bottom. Oh. Okay. All right, I hope this fits. Okay, so here's our situation. Okay, so holding on to the abundance that's been created, holding on to the strength. The challenge is maybe people walking away. Oh, no. The challenge is people not taking self-responsibility and voting. At the base, there's strength. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. The recent past is justice, balance, good karma. The justice card is truth, clarity, lessons that's been learned, and that's what creates karma can be good or bad. It's just a law of cause and effect. But fairness. This could be that some Democrats in the past have walked away, but okay, we've got strength at the base. Up at the top, with the Two of Swords, these are decisions that need to be made. People can't be in denial on any level around how important it is to vote. Even if, and I'm not saying that there is, but some states I think there was, even if there was something tricky that happened, I have to be careful what I say here, But even if somebody was tricky with certain machines or tallies or whatever they did, the important thing is our intention going out there, because we're never going to know for sure, you know, who was, well, we won't know until things are like audited if there's a problem. But what I'm feeling here is there can't be any denial about how important it is. Now, if I were to go just with the colors, we do have quite a bit of blue here. There's a lot of, well, mostly green. And the Queen of Cups is all, or I'm sorry, Queen of Pentacles is all about earthly resources. And it's about, so water and earth, it's about receiving all the resources and the stability. She's the queen of stability, right? She's just really resourceful, stable, nurturing, holding on. This is definitely a vote, or the votes. But people in Pennsylvania really have to vote hard. The near future, so I'm going to say this is the midterms, okay, would be, and the people are investing in the vote. This would be, a lot of, this might be, I hope Pennsylvania has paper ballots. I don't know, in absentee voting, but this would definitely be the physical vote. And 7 is actually really good. It's about being patient, though, and there's a lot of hard work and a lot of planning and, tests that has to come through. But it's about achieving goals. You figure out what works and what doesn't, and you achieve the goals. And the next, the 8 of Pentacles is all about your polishing and honing your craft. So this is good. Okay. But the future is being seen and recognized victory. And then we have the Tower. What's the Tower about? Some big change, okay? Some big change. It can be a really painful loss, though. Now, I didn't allow for reversals. I didn't mix the cards up that way, but then we have the Magician. And look what we have at the end. We have the 10 of Pentacles. That's very successful and stable. Probably should do this. What was on the bottom? Biden and the government. This could be that if Biden wins again, he runs, or he wins. I mean, if Biden runs again, he wins. Interesting. But for Pennsylvania, I mean, this is victory. Maybe this is victory over, because I didn't do the traditional, like inward, external, hopes and fears and outcome. But I was reading like the future, but this way. So victory, maybe it's victory after some drastic change. Maybe there's it's a really tight race, or maybe there's big problems with the voting and they have to recount. There's that possibility. But at the end, this is major success. Like a happy multi-generational situation. So since it's been blue, I think it's going to stay blue. But of course, we can revisit it later. This is the way it looks now. But again, we have to vote everyone in Pennsylvania, especially. You'll have to vote hard. Vote hard. Because our future depends on it. Especially for us women. My goodness. Okay. So that's it. That was the last question. So thanks, you guys. Take really good care. Sending you big hugs. Bye.